Hello and welcome to Shanghai. I'm Wang Ying.
Hello, I'm He Jian. In December 2023, the Xixing Dance Theater in Songjiang District nearly burned down. The rehearsal room, dance studio, and warehouse were all badly damaged. Dancer and choreographer Xixing turned pain into inspiration in Seti, The Rite of Spring, a revamp of The Rite of Spring. Let's take a look.
Ready, and go,
Dancer and choreographer Xixing turns pain into inspiration. In Seti, The Rite of Spring, a revamp of The Rite of Spring. In December 2023, a fire burned down Xixing Dance Theater in Songjiang District. The rehearsal room, dance studio, and warehouse were all badly damaged, resulting in several million yuan in losses to the independent dance troupe. But amid that loss, Xie found something else. The catastrophe united people and unlocked the inner strength they never knew they had. Then, she says, came the inspiration to create this brand new stage piece.
从来没有想象过我的生命会遭遇一场大火，然后它毁灭了我们舞团的家。我一直在告诉自己，这场火想要教会我一些什么。但是在这次的作品里，我看见，我感受到了一种原始的、叛逆的生命力，充满韧性的，是从一个人的心里长出来，然后连接到一群人和舞台上的所有的组成音乐家，这首110年前的音乐所展现出来这种力量，滚动成一场频率共振。我觉得来到的观众可能会被震撼。
Also be on the lookout for The Deer and Cauldron. The drama is based on Chinese martial arts novelist Louis Chia's novel of the same name and is set during the Qing Dynasty.
基于我们10年做的东西，把10年一些精华，我们都会重新组织和架构在第一幕里面，然后第二幕、第三幕完全是新作。其实主要还是想讲的他们3个男性角色之间的关系：康熙、小宝加陈近南。
So, He Jian, please name a few Hollywood actresses who you think qualify as legendary among the public.
Well, for people my age, I believe most men would agree with my opinion. They would highly likely to name like Julia Roberts, Kate Blanchett, and maybe Jodie Foster. Why do you ask?
Yeah, beautiful. But I was just trying to get you to mention the one and only elegant Audrey Hepburn, whom I truly adore, you know. And luckily for me, I recently had a chance to see an exhibition named Intimate Audrey at the Bund Central and got to know more about her life.
Wow, good for you, lucky for you. Now let's check it out.
Breathtaking appearance, kind-hearted, and a free spirit. This is the legendary Audrey Hepburn. Her timeless elegance and her world are coming to the heart of Shanghai's historic Bund with the exhibition Intimate Audrey. This unprecedented retrospective, initiated by her eldest son, Sean Hepburn,
Thank you for coming.
Takes viewers on an extraordinary journey through the life of one of the 20th century's most iconic celebrities.
This is the christening, the beginning of life.
Let me be. Welcome to Shanghai, Sean.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, actually, we know that exhibitions on Audrey Hepburn have been held all around the world for many, many times. So what sets this time in Shanghai the Intimate Audrey apart?
Right, this is the third sort of creation as far as exhibitions for the past 30 years. The first one was mostly fashion. The second one, we did that with a fashion group. And here we are in Shanghai bringing you what I think is really the closest you will ever feel to the woman. The fashion industry is really pressing on women very hard in a way to keep them in a buying mode, making them feel slightly inadequate. It's never enough. I think we're kind of the needed antidote for that, to reassure people that you can become the most beautiful and beloved woman of all times. Elegance and beauty starts from inside. And I think that this exhibition is kind of a way to reassure the planet that we haven't gone crazy and that the roots are happy roots.
How can we better understand the word intimate in the exhibition's title?
That means that you get inside her mind, her philosophy, you get to see who she was like behind the screen. And the exhibition you would have felt if you came for Sunday lunch at the house in Switzerland.
Do you have any recommendations for us as must-sees?
I will take you on a little walkthrough afterwards, but rather than pointing out things, these are like film sets. I'm going to point out at sort of creation, at a group of items that creates a feeling.
And do you think her spirit still remains relatable and inspiring to younger generations, especially like those from Gen Z and Gen Alpha? Do you think they still know her?
I know that they do. Maybe contrary to my generation or our parents' generation, who knew her entire story, the younger generations, they know pieces. It's kind of a kaleidoscopical way. If you see Emily in Paris, the series, it's constantly sort of an homage to my mother. So they're always looking to her kind of like a style guide. In a world of Kardashians, as I always say, we need Audrey Hepburn.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Thank you for sharing your insight with us. Can you show us around?
With pleasure, let's go.
So for this tour, which part do you want to see the most?
I haven't been there, but checking out the video that you just took, I would like to see the Vespa scooter from the Roman holiday. It impressed me most. And of course, her intimate collections, personal collections, including handwriting notes, sketches, and of course, her family heirlooms.
Yes, I figured you would say these things, and you know what, it might surprise you a lot when you see the following details.
Now, let's continue our tour.
The first room kind of is a wonderful example about how we created the exhibition. Not so much about being aware of each piece, but the way the photographs are laid out, especially on that wall over there. It's like if you come to my house, I'm making you a drink, and you're looking around the faces of the family, of the ancestors.
So this is like a salon of a house?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I love this particular table. During the war, there was very little food and heating, and my mother would sit in bed and read books. Her mother said, "Today there's nothing to eat, so stay in bed, preserve your calories." And she would sit there and dream about what it would be like when the war is finished. And she would make many drawings as a little girl, and it shows already, as a young girl, she already has talent as an artist.
These are the original copies?
Yes.
Oh,
These
that's
are the
precious.
original copies. This next area is really very important to me because it's a celebration of my parents' love for each other. When my father met my mother, she was very tired from all the work. So they went to live in Bürgenstock, which is a little mountaintop above the lake of Lucerne, where I was born. They rented a house, and this is her wedding dress. And this is one of the two dresses in the exhibition, because it symbolizes that you can become really elegant and an icon with the most simple design.
This is really elegant, and you know, I love its silhouette.
Yes, and wedding rings with the inscription on the inside. You can see the picture there. It says the reminder of the date.
Oh, that's the date,
Yes,
right?
yes,
1954, September the 25th, as you said.
Yes.
Okay.
And now the iconic Vespa, which was made famous by the film Roman Holiday.
Wow.
We have here, this is a replica, because we have an original 1953 Vespa from the time of the film. It's actually a 52. But it's very difficult to bring the real Vespa in China. It's still being worked out, the customs process. Before this exhibition closes, we will put the original one. And it's important that you see the beauty of the garden, cherry trees, the fruit trees, right before the UNICEF, because you realize what she has to give away after working a whole life, earning the right to be in her home and enjoy some free time. She gives that up for the well-being of the children all over the world.
I've really been focusing on my relationship with UNICEF. So while I was still living in the United States, I toured the country with them, basically just speaking to donors and speaking to young people about my grandmother's own experience and why she became the UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. And as a woman, I think that I never once doubted that I can do anything, that I set my mind to. I've realized now that comes from having such a powerful sort of female figure to live up to.
What stands out is that there isn't much in the way of digital technologies. I feel like I'm a guest being invited to a special salon, one story after another. It takes time for me to explore Audrey Hepburn's elegance and beauty in this exhibition, celebrating a life that continues to leave its mark on the world.
Well, it seems this show is a great one. I really want to make a personal trip there.
Totally, and I highly recommend do some research before seeing the exhibition. Otherwise, you'll get lost because there's a lot to see if you don't do your homework very well.
Homework. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the notice, and I'll do it right after this.
Great. Let me know how it goes. In today's Shanghai A to Z section, let's take a look at shared bikes, since it's a very convenient way to get around Shanghai when covering short distances. Hello Bike, Meituan, and Qingju are the three major bike-sharing platforms in Shanghai. Hello Bike bikes can be rented via Alipay, Meituan bikes via the Meituan app, and Qingju bikes via the Didi app. We will use Hello Bike as an example. Just follow these steps to rent a bicycle. First, open the Hello Bike mini program in Alipay, then fill in your details and link a payment method. Then go to the homepage of the mini program. Tap Bike to view available bikes nearby on the map, and then use the navigation feature to locate the bike you want. And verify you have located the correct bike, and then scan the QR code on the bike to rent it. Make sure your Bluetooth is activated on your phone. When you reach the destination, remember to park it in a designated parking area, and finally lock the bike and pay the fee. Now it's time for the Shanghai Q&A, where we search our socials and answer some of your questions. Today's question is from Teresa in the United States. Can I use a foreign currency to pay for duty-free goods? Hi Teresa, although all products at duty-free stores are priced in renminbi, cash payments can be made in renminbi, US dollars, Hong Kong dollars, euros, or Japanese yen. And you can also use various mobile payment options, credit cards and debit cards. If you've got a question for us, you can find us on all the socials.
We'd love to hear from you. You can find all our content online as well. And join us here on Dragon TV, Monday to Friday.
Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.